Welcome in everybody, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be flying from Spain up to Lyon in France. It's going to be a brutal one, I think. In England it is awful weather at the moment. We're suffering from Storm Claudia. Claudia. I believe Europe is as well. So we should be in for rough weather. Hope everyone's doing very well, and I hope you're going to enjoy this flight as much as I do. I want to do a full checklist flight today since we're in the 737-900. I haven't really had much experience with this plane, I'm not going to lie, but the 737 experience I have is probably enough, because there's not really that many differences. There's pretty much none in terms of the systems, but there's only the physical differences to contend with. So of course the flight dynamics will be slightly different, and as you can see, those couple of meters on the end there do make the plane look considerably bigger than the 737-800 variant. There's no other liveries available at the moment, so this is the only one I'm doing with it. This is the default Level-Up livery, which is absolutely fine. I think it's perfectly acceptable for our purposes. We're out here on the ramp. We haven't got any space at the terminal, unfortunately, so the people who pay to come on this thing will have to be ferried out here on a bus, I guess. Anyway, look at the city surrounding area, the mountains there in the background. The weather, of course, is going to probably look a bit worse when we go up north, I suspect. But yeah, pretty clear for now, and then sunset will probably be imminent. But yeah, nice mountains around the area, quite like that, and we're surrounded by water. That sunset in the background, that looks beautiful. Anyway, let's hop in the 737-900. I'm just going to show you around the cockpit briefly, so it's pretty much the same. We have the exact same layout, the exact same switches. The cabin will be slightly longer just because there's a bit more room. So there's like a few more seats, I guess, in there for us. It's not a usual stream time, by the way. I just want to throw that in there. So things have been a bit different today. Anyway, let's get on with the chat list. I've just been looking through. And obviously, I'm going to skip the external checks because I've done them. But it's interesting, they slip them in an order, so it's pre-flight, and then it'll be walk around, and then back to pre-flight, which I find really, really interesting. So let's go to... if I can get to it. We'll go back to the beginning. Okay, let's go back. Let's get everything on. We have got ground power. I've connected it, because we're not connected to a terminal. Right, battery set. I'm hoping this is going to be an automatic checklist, and there's no need to do it myself. So, auto high, turn co-pilot. I'm assuming co-pilot will just tick them off, but he's not done it there. So battery, dome white, red electrical panel. So there's some stuff here is probably a little bit wrong. Like the lighting obviously won't work. Well, it should work technically on the battery, but if it's not got any power to it, it might not. So in that case, let's just connect. Let's follow the checklist anyway. That's set. Dome light is prepared. I'm going to set some of these down here. When the APU comes online, we're going to stick nice and bright on the cockpit. Main panel is nice and bright, and ADC things down here will be nice and bright as well. Anyway, dome white. That's this thing up here. So off, bright or dim. Let's keep it on dim for now. Landing gear lever is down, and we have 3 greens, so we have gear status as green as well. Bus transfer is off on all switches. Fault in in-op test. Let's check the APU systems. So the fault in in-op test is coming back pretty good, actually. So the overheat is a little bit strange on this. So it just says fire overheat test switch, which would be this one. Fire overheat. But it won't take it off, so that made me think there was another switch there, but obviously there isn't, so we have to manually tick some of these things off. Anyway, extinguishers. Nice green lights. And of course AC ground power, GPU service, and we're going to connect the ACU to the aircraft. Middle APU generators. In the off position. Position lights. We don't need wheel lights, but we do need position lights. I'm going to stick the... let's just tick it off. The wing lights and the logo lights.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Maybe not the wing lights just yet, but the logo light can come on and we stick the wing lights on before we get going. In terms of the actual aircraft itself, it looks pretty good. Okay, engine, electric, hydraulic pumps, A and B. Feeling pretty slow today actually, guys. I haven't slept very well. These are the electric pumps. It kind of wants me to put them on now, which is probably for the external flight control check, so I'm going to go and turn them off just because I'm going to skip the external stuff for today. Forward and aft service cargo doors set, so let's load our flight plan up. Let's get our flight plan and then we can do the doors and things automatically as part of the loading. So, fuel, we need approximately 4,500 kg troop fuel with a total of 8,000, and we've probably got quite a lot of people on board as well, so 8076, and I did just change it, guys, because it was set on pounds rather than kilos, so just be aware of that. There's the route, shouldn't take too long hopefully, or maybe it will, can't remember how much the flight time was. Baggage and cargo, 4.7. Quite a lot. And packs on, yeah, we're fully loaded. I suppose you say 900 variant, isn't it? So it's the extra large version. Let's go ahead and call that and call the fuel truck. Now if we go back to the checklist, you'll see that the checklist item will get ticked off when they arrive because they'll be getting loaded in, unless we really do have to do that ourselves. Where's our doors? Let's go ahead and left front exits. There is no name on there for service doors. That's a little bit confusing, isn't it? Forward and aft service doors. I'm assuming that just means the cargoes, does it? Forward and aft cargo doors. Let's do the right side, because that's probably where the service vehicles will be. Yeah, so there they are. There's a few trucks on the right hand side there of the airplane. And then the baggage guys come. There's quite a lot of ground crew there, by the way. I didn't even realise it was working. I have just realised I just transferred the files last night from the Zebo mod into the Level-Up aircraft. So that means now it's got the benefit of all the ground service equipment, which is great. It's nice when you forget about something like that and it just happens, you know, and it works as expected. Really simple to do, like just literally transfer the GSE from the Zebo to the Level-Up. Anyway, back inside, blow up fuel, so we just entered the blow up fuel. Let's go ahead and get rid of that one. Let's get our proper checklist up. Check that one off. Fuel truck is called. Service crews, cabin utilities, standby power is coming on. Check, so let's check it. Standby power checked. Emergency lights, panel lighting is set, nice and bright. We have cabin attend button test here as well. So we have a pass on that too. I'm glad I'm doing the checklist, guys. It makes it so much more fulfilling. Despite me saying the other day that we shouldn't wait an hour and a half for departure, it kind of feels more fulfilling and satisfying to get it all done properly. Anyway, ground call test. All working good. Flap lever and flap lever indicator indicate asymmetrical retraction there. Takeoff configuration test. Console panel. I don't think we're going to do a takeoff configuration test, are we? Until we get till pre-taxi, probably. Anyway, parking brake is set. Oh no, it's not set. My mistake. We're unrealistic for the parking brake. We should be at least. There we go. That just about set the parking brake. Good to see the Honeycomb lights illuminating with this particular model. It didn't do it on the Zebo mod. Takeoff config test. Down here, is it? That's the GPWS, but we'll do that anyway. Parking brake, engines, cargo fire. Checked, so we have no fires on board. Panel and flood lighting is checked. Let's get that flood light on just a little bit. Just a little bit, guys. Not too much. Halon fire extinguisher checked. I don't think we've got one, have we? A Halon fire extinguisher. I don't know where that would be. There's only one of these things. Anyway, we'll check that item. P6 circuit breakers are, I think all of them are pretty much in. I don't think any of them can pop out. Emergency escape rope. Again, we can't really interact with things, so I guess a lot of things on this chat list, even though it's a real chat list, based on a real one at least, it's a shame we have to skip so many. Right, flight recorder. Let's go to my camera here and just walk around and get a better view of the cockpit. So voice recorder's up here. Let's test that. That's all checked. Max speed warning. And check for that stick shaker there off. Install warning test, which is successful. Mic selector is... Oh, we have a service interphone there, by the way. Mic selector, I don't know what that is again. I think it's audio set. It's up here, so it's set on packs for now. Maybe VHF1 might do. Engine reverse lights, or we could set it into the cabin, I guess, for the announcements. Of course, left and right IRS. Line mode selector, so align, and then wait, and then when it goes, let's just check a few more lights. When it goes there, then you switch to nav. I know people go straight to nav, but really should wait for the line to illuminate first. Okay, display selector for the time as needed. That's what you usually do anyway. So 7 minutes. A emergency escape route. Again, can't really check whether it's in there, but I'm assuming it is. The P18 circuit panel breakers are all in again. Aircraft exterior inspection is next, but of course we're going to skip that. Oh, actually no, we can. I think it's already sort of skipped it. Preliminary flight deck procedures, and then preliminary preparation. Maybe it has skipped it. Maybe it will go to it after. Anyway, master lights. Let's turn those off. Master lights. Checks, autopilot disconnect. Actually, that's the master lights. Let's do that. That's a pass. Autopilot disconnect lights. That's a pass, and I think you have to do it over here as well. So we do it there. Still coming up as a pass though, so it's all good. Captain and co-pilot side. Pilot oxygen mask checked. Let's do a press to test. So all good there, and of course you can put it on to long press it, or you can long press it there as well. So there's two options. Anyway, main panel backlights all preset. Pilot oxygen mask. Nose wheel steering is on or off because we're going straight out. On or off, whatever it is. Airport button, weather radar is checked. Can't check it because it's not working. Airport button. Frame radar. Fail. Oh well. Barometric value. Let's get the Q and H. Use the charts for this, make it look official. Takeoff data 1012, so not too bad on the pressure. I was expecting it to be a lot worse than that. And it should be synced across all. I have saved it in the settings, but again, some of these effects might not come in until I've reloaded the plane, which is fine. Fine, guys, for now. I think the co-pilot, we can probably sync that one as it's done. Let me just change that on this settings. So go into customize. General configuration and sync that one as well. Quick save it. Minimums, let's do one minimum here. So we'll set a barometric minimum of 1,060 feet. That should give us 1,000 feet above ground level, or in this case probably above sea level. First option, mask, let's go ahead and check that. good. Panel lighting is set. Gear inhibit, terrain inhibit, and GPWS. Ground proximity warning system.
Light slow. Pull up.
Looks like fuel and
Wind
baggage
shear.
are already done. That's so quick, isn't it?
Sink rate. Sink rate.
Yeah, very quick. Let's get
Terrain.
the packs coming on board.
Terrain. Pull up. Don't sink. Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low. Flaps.
We'll let that test play out, but yeah, packs can be brought now, and they'll be brought by
Terrain.
bus. Packs are boarding. There's no, oh, I see. Is it coming from over there, is it? Let's get the stairs out.
2,500.
It's not putting them out automatically.
1,500. 400. 300.
That's still doing than GPWS. The air stairs here are a little bit better than Zebo. They don't just pop out. So they have a small animation, a bit like the MD82 actually, which is nice. Nice to see that extra attention to detail. You can even hear the GPWS there in the background of the cockpit. Imagine getting on the plane and all you hear is store warning tests, GPWS callouts, and the ATIS information. That's actually happened to me on a flight, guys. I got on and you could hear the test being conducted, but obviously, if you got no idea what they are, you might be a little bit worried about it. Clock UTC time is set. We are on local time for 26 minutes past 6. That's accurate to Central Eastern Time. Terrain radar on the first officer and traffic. So, well, I don't expect that to work. Barometric is also set as well, and the minimums are also set on here. So we've got sync sides. Service crews have finished, I think. Forward and aft doors are closed. Forward doors are open for the packs, and packs and cargo is loading. Okay, pre-flight preparation. 3 out of 7 aircraft model. Well, 737-900 today. The engine rating, let's check that on the FMC, I believe it is. So it gives you the model there, 737-900 extended range version, although we're going on a pretty short flight, so I'm not sure we need, I'm not even sure we need the extended range. It's more about taking more passengers though, I think, than needing that extra distance. Engine rating 27,000, 27k. Navigation database, we are out actually of navigation. The data is always outdated in this. IRS is 1 minute to align, so let's do that now. So positional initialization, there we go, 1 minute up. Actually, following the checklist is making it a lot easier to do this on time. Let's say if we weren't doing the checklist, we'd be probably waiting for the IRS like fools. So anyway, routes, we've activated the position. We're going to enter our current area, which is LEAM. Although I am going to preload the flight plan actually. Let's go ahead and do that. IRS position, and I've entered the airport. Origin ICAO and destination. So this will come up in the preloaded flight plan. Let's go ahead and do that. You even have data link there for the various systems. There's a flight LEAM to LFLL, Lyon, or Lyon, however you pronounce it. Right, so route, company route, pasted in. Flight number, let's just give ourselves the flight number 36 today. We don't have to have a flight number, guys. Not in a sim at least. Typically the aircraft are signed by company routes. It's just based on company routes. I'm not really sure how they sign them, to be honest. Activate. Okay, so it wants us to do the flight plan, as you can see, so we're going to do that. Let's just check our legs. I'm going to cross check that with the flight plan, guys. Let's go back. DOS 2 Sierra departure. Let's check that with the departure we have programmed. Runway 25 is correct. DOS 2 Sierra is correct, and the arrival. Mezzin 7 Sierra to runway 17 right. That's a 17C Era. Mezzanine Sierra for 17 right. Okay, so we have a discretion there of a, looks like a visual approach or an RNAV. The RNAV would be the obvious one because that's the only one available. Just go ahead and select that. We don't need to bother too much about transition, I don't think. Back to route, let's just clear any breaks in it and we'll check the flight departure thing in a sec to get our routing. Okay, brilliant. So I think that's 10,000 feet. That probably just means we're clear up to cruise level today, which is 36,000 feet. And we do need the cost index as well. Perform initialization. Cost index is 26. Really splashing out today on the Boeing. Okay, so we need 4,500 of fuel. We have a total of 8,000 on board, so what's that, 2,500 in reserves? And planned fuel, 4.5. I'm actually rounding it down, guys. We should be rounding it up, so 4.6. We have 8.1 on board. I think that's it on that page for now. We'll just wait for the packs to load. You know what it's like, it's very slow. In the meantime, we can continue with the chat list. So we've done the routing. We have checked, and everything is looking pretty good in the FMC. There's never any issues there, to be honest. Zero fuel weight. Well, we can't do these just yet, but we have done the reserves, the cost index, the trip cruise, the cruise. We didn't do ISA deviation. I never really bothered with it. Transition altitude at this airport. Right. 6,000 feet. Flight level 075. There is usually a page there, it is, so 6,000 feet's coming up, that's normal, that's what it is, isn't it? Anyway, transition altitude set, first waypoint after top climb. AM 501, we can confirm that up here, is a bit of a, looks like a traffic pattern departure there towards France. It'll be a nice smooth flight though, but it's going to be interesting to see how I handle the rudder. Yaw damper on. All that's getting ticked off, engine valve left and right. Let's check that. These are the valves here, guys. Spar valve left and right. Can't always check these because there's no way to really change them, is there? We need to get one fuel pump on. Aft and forward fuel pumps. Let's just get them all on now. Preparation for taxi. Cross V valve, we just did that. Let's do it again. Yeah, I'm not sure how to check the engine valves and the spar valves, to be honest. I'm not sure at all about that. Electrical AC switch. Battery is... Battery's checked. Standby power should be on. Or at least it's a standby mode. Disconnect wait, what was that? Disconnect gen drives. Yeah, some of this stuff, guys, I don't really know what it is. I don't really think you can do most of this in this aircraft. Unless you can, and I'm just being a fool. Window heat, it's already 20 degrees, so do we really need it until we go? Probably not. Let's just do a quick test in it anyway. That's a pass. Fasten seatbelt signs are coming to the on position. Can't hear the chime, unfortunately, which is a shame. Left and forward window heats. Okay, now it's time for the window heats. So I'm kind of jumping the gun a bit, but it is, as I say, warm outside. Electric hydraulic pumps. We're getting ready to tax, I think. This is what the checklist is. System hydraulic pressure. There's one page here, but it's not the best. It just says the same there. A little bit less on the B system. But that's probably a normal thing, isn't it? Let's get the engine there, and we'll keep the systems on the lowest display for now. Back here, let's keep an eye on our people. 83%, so they're loading pretty quick. cabin differential pressure and 36,000 feet. I'm going to select it on the MCP in advance because we know what we're going up to. And we'll set the course and the heading when I've had a look at the charts. Anyway, back up here, that's probably best to put the APU bleeder and the APU on, but actually we haven't even got the APU on, guys, which is a concern. The chat list has not mentioned it. Well, we got the IRS started based on ground power alone. I think we'll be fine. Anyway, 36,000 feet for the pressurization. The landing altitude when we get it off the charts. Trim air coming on for the cabins. Probably going to turn that down just a little bit cooler because it's obviously very warm here in Spain. And the temperature up there is a little bit warm. Yes, let's keep it mildly cool for them. Awesome. Left and right air conditioning packs set, so we can put them on when the APU comes on, guys. And landing altitude indicator will be when we got the charts. We don't need the well light on or the wing light just yet. We've got the wing light on prior to taxi. All that's been checked off. Course 1 and 2. Okay, let's get the charts back open. I'm just going to close that. We'll look at the course of the runway and things. And that should give us time then for the packs to fully load up. Right. Almería Airport, Lima, Echo, Alpha Mike, Almería. Departure, we can always skip back to the chart here and just check what our departure is if we ever forget it, or look in the FMC, Dosek 2 Sierra. There's Dosek 2 Alpha and Dosek 2 Yankee. So it must be an on-off departure this.
Alright, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
I will do, thank you. Bring me a cup of tea, please. Right, Dosek 2 Sierra, somewhere along here. There it is, so Dosek 2 Sierra departure. What the notices on here is a little bit different to the usual flight plan charts I'm used to. But then again, it varies between countries. Pretty simple departure actually, so there's that sort of circuit pattern we're going to fly, and we're going to go ahead of 253. Let's go ahead and put that in for our course 253. I'm actually going to put it in on the heading as well. Brilliant, we're almost ready to get going, guys. Just bear with me to chat this. So yeah, 253, then we do the left hand turn to 163. Maximum 210 knots. We'll have to go pretty slow then, and maximum 220, so we'll have to keep our speed pretty restricted until we get up to the Dosek departure, which is flight level 100, 10,000 feet. Cool, so that's sorted. Let's get the aerodrome chart. We're parked down here. Runway 25 should be in the opposite direction, so we taxi down. It's coming up with different ones there. I think we're around Alpha or Bravo, I think it may be, and then down Romeo 3. Sierra 4, oh no, it's Tango 3, whatever that taxiway is, we're going to use it. Cool, we're going to keep the departure chart open for this one rather than the airport charts. Makes it much more easy to understand. Okay guys, so if we look over to there, you'll see what we're doing. Let's go back on the chat list. Course 1 and 2 is in fact set. Captain Flight Director coming on. And set the co-pilots on as well. I'm just going to do the rest of this routing down here via the performance. I get a ground weight and takeoff speeds and other things like that. So we're going to use maximum D rate today. 5 degrees of flaps, 20% central gravity 5.7, and a V2 speed of 158. So that, as I say, the extra length and the extra changes in the aircraft, such as the winglets, do make it considerably more, I guess, tricky than the 737-800, the smaller variants. So we're going to do 158 plus 10, so about 168, and that'll be our safe climb out speed. Departure heading is set. Initial climb clearance is, well, we'll go say 36,000, but we are going to limit it to 2,000 and 220 knots based on the charts. Standby RMI. We could in fact tune, let me just get that chart up, tune the departure DME down here if there is one available. Let me get that on the map. There should be one round here, a DME, there it is, so we can tune that into navigation 1, and then on our departure we'll be able to follow my general direction for that. As you see, it's pointing in that direction. So now when we click on these will change positions, VOR or ADF. Okay, auto brakes, fuel flow. Initial comm frequencies 122.8 confirmed. Copilot is also tuned into another frequency we don't actually need at the moment. Navigation frequencies, we've just done it for the VOR on departure. I'm going to get the ADF as well since it's put it on the checklist. Let's go ahead and tune. There's two here. We've got the one at the airport. Or we've got the one on departure towards the airport. We might be better off just tuning that. ADF 2. Now we can see that down here. So we go ADF 2. It will show us where we are going. Initial transponder code. We haven't got any available to give us clearance. So unless we have, bear with me a second, guys. We might be skipping the gun a little bit. Just going to check the network. Well, we do have aircraft in the immediate area and also ATC, so not covering LEAM, unfortunately, not covering Almería Airport, just in the south of Spain. By the way, right next to the Alboran Sea here, which is of course on the sort of coast of Morocco as well. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be flying over that sea and up north, but the ATC is not going to cover us until we get to Barcelona control, which is not going to be too far, probably a couple of minutes after departure. So we're going to go ahead and tune the Barcelona departure frequency in, which is 134.455. So down here we put 455, and we can tune that in now if we want to have a listen to it. There's no ATIS information available. 13455. We'll leave that there until we get within their airspace. Cool. Initial transponder is tuned 7055 is our makeup code if you want. Mic selectors are set to VHF. Flight door is closed. Departure arrival SID is confirmed. Ground distance is checked. Landing fuel checked. Route is checked. Clock, QNH, flight directors and standby instruments are all checked and ready to go. Expected taxi en route. We've pre-planned the runway. We're going to be down right there to, I think, Tango, is it? Taxiway Tango, it said on the chart. Yeah, so Tango 2 there, Tango 3, all the way to runway 25. There's only one runway here, by the way, so yeah. Not too bad for half an hour for the checklist. It's could have been worse. Let's go ahead and put the wing lights on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
There you go, cabin secure. We are going to have to transfer to engine power when we get started. Expected taxi route. Yes, normal glare shield, that's the Yoke. check this down here, so we'll do that when we get close to the runway. Glacier one, I don't really know where it is. Pax announcement. Again, I don't really know if this is going to work, guys. We can't really change the volume of it. Let's see if it'll work. It says I've pressed it and that all the doors are closed. That's a bonus, I guess. I just can't hear them announcing it. Okay. Now we finally got to put the APU on, believe it or not, which is so long until we put it on. Usually I'm used to getting in and just putting it on immediately, but I guess this is more proper, isn't it? Of course, I've talked about this before about APU operational limits, and you do have time limits on how long you can use it. You get in a lot of trouble if you use it for too long. Yeah, so the APU should be coming alive, unless it means turn it off, in which case we're a bit screwed, aren't we? Maybe it does mean to keep it off. Anyway, 0 fuel weight, we've checked. We've done our FMC performance. Yeah, it does want us to put the APU bleeder on. So let's get the APU online. Ground power's done a fantastic job, and when obviously that's done, we'll disconnect the GPU and switch to the APU and then get the engines going. Beautiful. Just what you need, isn't it, about 6 o'clock in the evening on a Friday? Lovely little flight to France. APU there even overheating a little bit, isn't it? 20 degrees. Do we need the? I really don't think we need that window heat or not in 20-degree weather. It just seems so unnecessary. Right, APU bleed air is it available yet? Yep, APU bleed air is coming on, middle generator's coming to APU generator now. GPU is going to get disconnected from the ground power menu. GPU disconnect, let's get our chocks. Chocks are actually being removed automatically. For some reason the stairs have not been retracted. Yes, that's very odd. Do you think they'd be automatic with the doors closing? Either way, we can do that independent of the door operation. Outside air temperature doesn't matter, it's only 20 degrees. So it's not too much of an impact, I don't think. Takeoff D rate was max, takeoff flaps is 5. Let's just get ready to do that check as well. V1 and V2 now 106 days, V2 plus 10. Stabilizer trim is set, cutback thrust option. Thrust reduction height, about 1000. Right, so this is it, guys. We're finally going to get engine start and ready to taxi, straight out taxi, thankfully. I don't know if you can see it from here, but there is a line down there. We'll be able to see it when the lights are on. Yeah, so we're going to sort of taxi there, probably past the KLM, I suspect. Cool, anti-collision lights. Let's get the beacon light on. Normal checklist. The contact AC not any available at the moment. Start pushback. Okay, let's start switch number 2. Engine number 2 coming alive. Oh, what's that? For some reason I'm hopped in the seat, my pilot appeared. Right, number 2 fuel. Usually never any issues with the engine start. As you can see, it started on nice there. We're monitoring the EGT and things. EGT is good. Just don't want it to go over that red line. And 60% the start, which should, yeah, there it is, about 60%. Sit on continuous. I'm going to get number 1 started. A bit nervous about this flight. Again, those rudder pedals, great to use. Loving the TFRP Flightmaster ones. Thrustmaster pedals, but it certainly makes it a lot more tricky. 20%, I forgot the fuel, so there we go. Hopefully the engine doesn't cut out. Okay, all good, it's just starting now. So that'll be that, and then we're on the engine generator, so let's switch over. Ignition's continuous on the first engine as well. Brilliant, that's pretty much the APU done. Like, that's as quick as it is. It's 2 minutes at the absolute most for that, which I always find pretty incredible. Let's turn the APU off though, and the APU bleed. Probes coming on. Left and right air conditioning packs. Isolation valve to automatic. We don't need a pushback, and we don't need to confirm anything with them. Take off flaps. We're going to do a flap check now, so we're going to do 4 flaps just before we get taxi, and then we'll put it back to 5. Let's check our flight controls. Ailerons and elevators. Rudder control. Just confirming it down here on the hydraulic system. Not the best kind of thing to look at, but it's the easiest to understand. Nice symmetrical deployment between the flaps. 40 degrees, let's go back up to 5 degrees of flaps. Back up to 0. Sorry, 5 degrees, getting a little bit mixed up there. 5 degrees of flaps. And then we'll do that, just flight control again, because it hasn't registered on the checklist. Probably just have to manually do it. Anyway, recall is checked, co-pilot and captain, lower DU is set. That's it on that one. Before taxi procedure, contact ACC. Taxi light on. Saying it wants us to put the left and turn right turnout lights on, but I'm not too sure about that. We already have wing lights on. Just going to ignore that black smoke that the aircraft's spewing out. I think everything's fine. Would not want to be stood there, and the airline is probably going to get sued for that. That is awful. Absolutely awful. Cool, so let's finally get going. How long has that taken? It's about half an hour, I think. 45 minutes, that's not too bad for a full checklist flight, is it? Text lights, just cross-check everything, so going to confirm it. Let's put on generator 1. We should really be doing a standby test. Sometimes it says it, sometimes it doesn't.
TCAS test. Pass.
Awesome. Let's get going. We have a traffic alert. We've got one right near us. Oh, there's one right in front of us. Again, guys, the traffic alert can sometimes be birds. Yeah, there's a bird there, so that can actually trigger the TCAS system, which I always find really useful, actually, to avoid collisions with the flux in the area. Anyway, cool. Of course, I need to set... And also, we didn't do a flight control check then on the spoilers, which is interesting. Throttle 2. Okay, for some reason I'm programmed on the... let's go for the 737 one and see if that'll work. Yeah, it didn't get us to check the speed brake there, did it, on the flight control check? Unless it's not really an essential item, but I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, cool. Take a config, brakes. Cabin lighting. We'll set that when we get on the main taxiway here, just up ahead. Great using these Thrustmasters, guys. I really love them. Love the flight hardware being invested in. We're going to do a quick brake check. Takeoff config is pretty much checked. Full brakes, so brakes are working nicely. Cabin lighting. It's up to you what you put it on. Obviously it's a sim, but takeoff and landing would make sense. I'm going to stick it on medium in the entry area just so we're not annoying some of those regular flight attendants. Remember guys, we're going to go tune into Barcelona Centre when we get in the air, and then we'll probably intercept them somewhere up here. Almería, pretty sure that's the pronunciation. And we are taxiing via Tango to runway 25. Almería traffic, November 922 Sierra Bravo, taxiing to runway 25 via Tango. Chimes only in cabin attend, let's do that. We have pressed chimes only. Pretty sure we should turn that dome light off by now, otherwise it's going to be too bright. Next one is the before takeoff checklist. Cutting across the taxiway a little bit. If any of you do want to give me feedback on this would be great. Let me know if your favourite is the 900, the 800, or even the 7 or 600, which don't really get talked about very often. It is what it is though, they are all pretty good airplanes to be fair. Oh no, almost terminated the bloody flight leg then. Okay, I'm trying to figure out my way to Tango. We could have gone straight down, but I think we need to cut through here. We are sort of a little bit all over the place though, but I'm sure it's fine. Just gotta bear in mind we're a little bit longer. So obviously we need to be careful of that tail swinging out. Tango 2 Charlie. Straight down to runway 25. Let's dim the cabin light, cockpit lights just a little bit guys. It is night time after all, we don't want to get blind. Still pretty high on the MCP. We're going to turn the... Ah, there it is, it's just adjusting a little bit now. It's not quite as quick as I wanted it to be. Let's do that, a bit better, isn't it? And night lights. Welcome in, find us. Hey, hope you're doing well, man. Long time no see. Europe and England taking a right beating at the moment off of Storm Claudia. By the way, I just received your message, so if you sent it a while ago, I apologise. I've not seen it. Cool, I think everything's good up here in terms of lighting. All we have to do is just get our clearance. We'll probably have to stick the strobes on. The wing lights are not particularly bright. We'll have the landing lights, of course, and the turnout lights. So we're going to take contact ATC. We're going to stick the strobes on now because we're pretty much clear of other traffic. And we're the only ones on the taxiway. We can keep the left and right landing lights on when we take off. Auto throttle gets arms, let's arm it now. It's so much better not being able to control it with a yoke. Now I can actually do a flight control check when I'm taxiing and it won't go all over the way, all over the place. 7 PM, blimey, is that what time it is? Our LNAV. Our VNAV won't activate at the moment. That may be because we've not executed it, that'll be why. Let's do that. Lovely, I love little taxiways like this, you've got plenty of room to get round them. And gives us plenty of time to take off as well. Parking brake set. Right, let's get our landing lights on, taxis off. Weather radar can come on, it won't be failed now. I think it was just a little error before where it was a little bit all over the place. TCAS is coming on, so that's the transponder. Yoke checklist. It wants us to do the before takeoff checklist as well, which is of the configuration. Everything on there is ticked off. Takeoff, briefing and cabin is secured. MCP transponder. I might change this configuration actually, because the other variant, the 800, does have the cabin ready light up here, which is very, very useful. I cannot hear them otherwise, and the inter-service phone up here should also be off, so we can't hear them through anything like that. Strobes and landing lights. Yoke checklist is complete. Captain clock timer. Let's just find the time thing down here. I think it's this one, is it? Run, perhaps? Was it Chrome? I have no idea. I'm not sure about this. Right, let's get going. Almería traffic, November 922 Sierra Bravo, departing runway 25. Completely forgot the departure name as well. Lack of sleep, guys, it will result in plane crashes. Of course, the DOS X2 Sierra is the departure name. Smooth line up. 40% N1. I've not got a toggle button on my throttle quadrant today. Let's get going. Toga.
knots.
Check. $120.
B1.
Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
It's a rate climb, gear coming up.
Gear up.
$400 feet. Brakes back to off. Got maintained below 210.
1,000.
220 for the initial departure climb out. Up to 10,000 feet. We're getting a lot of wind over there from the left hand side, as you can see. I'm putting a lot of aileron in. It's pushing in quite strong. You might have a little bit of wind shear going on. 17, 18 knots headwind, so yeah, it's a little bit on the strong side. Just neutralise the gear nice and early. 737-900, as I say, those are bigger planes, so it's going to require more input naturally. It's kind of on par with a 777, just in terms of its length, almost not comparable really, is it? Not a good example. Okay, we're climbing out, we're kind of losing speed though. Why are we losing speed? We're at maximum power, let's just pitch down to 10 degrees. Let's get a little bit back on course, we're a little bit off. Yeah, struggling with the speed, guys. It really is a strong headwind after all. That's 25 to 25 knots already. That's that storm. Storm Claudia, who's coming over Europe. It may get really rough in the cruise altitude, but we'll have to wait and see because we're struggling at 160. We're barely at V2 speed on the climb out. We can't retract the flaps because we're too slow. We're gonna have to pitch right down now and just get it back on track. As you can see, 210 has come up on the speed anyway, that's our limit. Here comes the first bank, 20 degrees. Oh, it is fine, this is beautiful, isn't it? This is why I came to Almería, right on the coast of the south of Spain. Anyway, standard pressure's getting set. Yeah, so right on the coast and pretty much wedged between Morocco and Spain, isn't it? For some reason my quick view of the external's gone, but I'm sure we can get it back at some point. Yeah, maximum power, maximum D-rate, like there's no D-rate at all and it's completely struggling on this climb out. I'm wondering if we're a little bit overweight. The payload was good, I mean, the left wing is a little bit more than... it still doesn't explain it though, it doesn't really explain it, we're within the operational limits. There's the departure anyway to 10,000 feet. Strong wind there coming in from the right hand side, so we're going to have to keep our nose a little bit into it I think. And we're going to go straight to the DOSEC for the departure in a second. Yeah, getting blown all over the place. This is going to be fun, Jesus, look at that. It's gusting up to 40 knots from 20. That's a 20 knots change. That is definitely a cause for concern. Potential wind shear. So I'm going to stick the autopilot on. I'm not taking any chances, guys. We don't want to cause any issues. So it's going to sort of level off here when we go to 10,000 feet. It's going to descend actually, apparently. So we're going to change it on the flight plan. Flight level 100, and then we can hopefully climb. 36,000, we're en route. Right, let's get the flaps to 1 at last. Pre-cruise altitude, we'll do this in a couple of 100 feet. Flaps are coming up low for the meantime. Let's go for level change, let's just go straight up to 36,000 feet. Almería traffic November 922 Sierra Bravo, climbing 36,000, Cossack 2 Sierra departure. Gotta keep an eye on this plane, guys. It's really we've got the tailwind now, so that might help, but it's really struggling. Safe to turn the logo lights off at this point. Yeah, there they are, just down there. Anyway, landing lights coming off, taxi lights are off. Ignition should probably be back to automatic. Logo light can come off, and it says wing lights, but if we turn them off, I don't know what that would do. Let's turn them off anyway, or maybe not. Maybe we should keep them on.
The cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
See, she says that, so that makes me think we should keep it on. Cabin differential pressure is good. It's rising now at last, along with the speed of the wind. Pressurization selectors, automatic APU, all this is complete. Fasten seatbelt signs. Weather-wise, it's looking clear, but it's just that turbulence we've got to be careful of. And obviously the radar can't see turbulence. Let's turn it off anyway. And there's the chime, of course. See panel. Let's recall that. All that's working. Heading book is being altered as we speak. feet passing. This is for the US, as you can see there, US and Canada. So it would still, I guess, be applicable because it's pretty much the same thing. And maximum bank angle, so we're going to go ahead and select that one to 10 when we're above about 20,000 feet, or maybe 30,000 feet. Anyway guys, say goodbye to Almería Airport. It's been a nice short experience, and I'm sure we'll fly back here in the future. Do the cabin lightings, cruise run and the cruise altitude. For now guys though, sit back, relax, get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack and enjoy. $50 knots, 255 degrees, 50 knots at 18,000 feet. This is insane. For some reason our barometric's gone to, let's just put that onto radio now so I don't get mixed up around it. But yeah guys, that wind, I didn't realise the storm stretched this far, but obviously it's all the way from Spain, all the way across Europe and up into the UK as well. We've been having similar weather here. It's actually why I didn't fly from Manchester to Almería tonight. Unfortunately, we can do that in the weather, severe weather at some point, but not tonight guys. It probably wouldn't work out.
Sorry about that.
It's Barcelona Centre. There was no ATIS information available. It's come available now for some airports, but not Lyon Airport by departure. As you can see there, struggling, but we did make a fairly smooth turnout. We're going to be entering Barcelona space. I think we're pretty much in it, within control of the centre.
Barcelona Control, Level-Up Portugal 555 inbound, I'm done, 5.370. Portugal 555, Barcelona Control, radar contact. 83 Lima Bravo, escuchen Honeycomb 228. 228, muchas gracias por el control, señor, y por el servicio que tengo de la tarde. Hasta la próxima, Lima Bravo, chao. Chao, chao. Iberia 2180, escuchen Honeycomb 228, hasta luego. Honeycomb 122 Lima 8, gracias por el servicio, buena tarde, Iberia 2180.
Good evening, Barcelona Control, November 922 Sierra Bravo, climbing flight level 360, passing through 219.
November 922 Sierra Bravo, Barcelona Control, hello, squawk 6214.
Squawk 6214, November 922 Sierra Bravo. Accidentally copied my squawk code then into the chat for some reason. Anyway, we've got a nice squawk code now, thank goodness. So 6214 makes this a bit more official, doesn't it?
November 0 Bravo, radar contact, flight level 25, climb, flight level 360.
Climbing flight level 360, November 2 Sierra Bravo. We're climbing through now, guys. 20. He had us on flight level 25, but we're on standard pressure, so unless he said, yeah, I thought he said 250, but we're not quite there yet. Anyway, clear straight up to 36,000 feet. I'm going to put the lights onto cruise now, we're already high enough, and keep them on medium in the cabin. Every time we're going to check the arrival for the airport, nice and early. Pleasure to do this flight, everybody. It's actually turned out a lot more enjoyable than I thought. The challenge of the weather, combination of having this like excellent hardware and, you know, just flying an absolutely satisfying route. Highly recommend this route to anyone who's looking for a introductory flight to the aircraft. Course at LFLL, Lyon St. Exupéry, 820 feet, so there's the elevation we need for the altitude.
During silent hangar, can we have 1 minute out of cockpit? Anything going firm, let me know when you're back. Thank you.
As I say, guys, I pre-programmed the start on of arrival, but we may be given a visual, although I doubt it. Visual conditions are actually pretty good. I can still see the ground at the moment.
Iberia 575, escuchen Honeycomb 228, hasta luego. Honeycomb para Iberia 575, muchas gracias, amigo del control, buenas tardes. Chao, chao.
The next one will be descent procedure, guys. We've got to wait until we actually get there. Speed's picking up though, the tailwind's 52 knots, so it should be a pretty quick flight. We're probably going considerably faster than, yeah, look at that, guys, true airspeed, 438.
Escuchen Honeycomb 228, hasta luego. Gentlemen, welcome back. Descend via star altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1009er. Descend via star 5,000 QNH 1009er, your wings are thank you.
Yeah, we got the charts, at least we got the charts available. I'll keep that open for reference. There's a lot of things that we can tune in, like the VOR DME, for example. I think every single arrival might have a VOR, which is great. Looks like it does. It's going to save us a lot of hassle, guys. Yeah, clock is in fact working, so it is in fact running 17 minutes.
Center, emergency 74, requesting further. Emergency 74, descend flight level 100. 100, emergency 74. Transfer X-ray, monitor Honeycomb 12 simulate. 12 decimate, Lufthansa 09 X-ray, goodbye.
If any of you are interested, by the way, guys, I don't know if you are, but yeah, obviously there's certain people who like weather and enthusiastic about it. They have a great site called ukstorms.co.uk. You can track the live storm, and I'm watching it now, and the UK is getting absolutely thrashed. I do not think we would have survived if we'd flown from Manchester to Almería, which was my original plan, by the way. Even as we move up from Almería to France, the sort of wind direction, so over the UK it's coming from the east and then it's moving south, and it continues to move south, and then over Spain where we are it's moving east again, but it's also going north-west at the same time. So we're right in the middle of a vacuum at the moment of wind that's going up to the northwest. So eventually when we get to Andorra, we're probably going to pass through it. That's going to cause, you know, severe turbulence and possible other issues. It's actually given us an orange and red warning here for weather. The area we're going to be landing in seems clear because the wind's going to clear up by then, but there's like as I said, there's a little corridor we're going through, and Andorra's the point where those two channels of storm gusts sort of collide with each other, and that's where there's going to be an adventure. Let's put it that way. I'm going to paste the link into the chat for you so you can see it.
After opera clear ALS will approach from way 12. Can say again please, Eurix Tango. After opera clear ALS to approach from way 12. After opera clear ALS Zulu 12, Eurix Tango. Choose 47, altitude 3000 feet, QNH 1011. 3000 feet, QNH 1011, Emirates Airport.
Really find us. Jeez, I'm still looking at the storm tracker right now, right? And I'm looking at there's a different map I'm using, which is like flight and weather in one. And that little corridor after Andorra is going to be an absolute like nightmare. Anyway, as I say, right down from the south of Spain, all the way up to France, all the way across the UK, and I can see it now covering Denmark, the south of Denmark anyway, places like Flensburg, you know. Sankt Michaelisdom. Really apologise, I'm butchering that language. Yeah, so it's right over Europe from the right in the Atlantic. It even gets into Belarus. It's insane, absolutely insane. There'll probably be YouTube as well. I know for a fact there'll be YouTubers streaming this, and they'll be streaming their flights in this storm. All I've got to say to them is good luck. There's a heck of a lot of traffic still flying. Not the best idea. Oh wow. Yeah, England and Wales just completely probably flooded actually. I'm glad I live in an elevated apartment, you know, not on a ground floor one. Nothing wrong with that, but if I was in a ground floor one, it would probably get flooded. Yeah, the particular area I'm in. The area I'm in is a hit bad actually. Right.
Let's approach runway 12.
Hey guys, we're just passing over Barcelona. Might be able to see it. Yeah, there's the coast of Spain, guys. So there's the east coast, and we're just passing over the...
Arizona Tango, let's approach runway 12. Arizona Tango, apologies, my radar just crashed. The wind is 270 degrees, 5 knots, runway 12, clear to land. Runway 12, clear to land. Tango. Portugal 555, monitor Honeycomb 12.8, bye-bye. Honeycomb 12, let's move it to Verona, Vita, Portugal 555. We set our 90549 monitor Honeycomb 12.8. Honeycomb 12, let's fly. We set our 90549, bye-bye.
Thinking I should change the stream name. I don't really want to make it clickbait. I don't really like clickbait titles. Well, maybe I should just put it in brackets that the storm Claudia that we're going through, because it does technically cover the entire route and the entirety of Europe. By the way guys, I hope you are enjoying the flights. I hope you're enjoying the extra detail with the full checklists. I hope you're enjoying the variations of the 900. And if you have been watching the Bake Scrap Iron series, I also hope that's been tolerable for you too. I'm hoping to finish the Vulcan Adventure soon, probably do 10 episodes and then go back to elsewhere.
Emirates 274, fly direct Airmode, clear ILS to approach from 124.
Finally, 36,000 feet.
Emirates 274, fly direct Airmode, clear ILS to approach from 124.
Clear ILS 24, Watch under control, good evening, Ryan 6 Hotels with you on flight level 340.
Emirates 274 and fly direct Airmode and clear ILS to approach 24.
Sorry, say again, I didn't understand if that was from me, Emirates 74.
274, direct Airmode, Echo Romeo Mike in from Tango, then clear ILS 24.
Direct Airmode, then clear for ILS 24, Emirates 74.
Ryanair 6, Hotel Barcelona Control, hello, Squawk 6216.
Squawk 6216, Ryanair 6 Hotel.
Ryanair 6, Hotel Radar contact level 340, clear Rooks at 2 Mike arrival. Actually, disregard that. That is not the correct approach.
Roger.
Trying to find this approach, guys. The arrival for the Arno runway 17 right.
Alexander, Tango runway 24, 12, this is Ricky, Hotel 4.
I think welcome to the Lyon taxi to stand for by Bravo.
Thanks Bravo to stand for, Bravo, no, Tango.
Barcelona Control, buenas noches, transfer to Beast, Star, fly level 350. Just 7 Victor, Barcelona Control, hello, Squawk 6205.
Squawk 6205, transfer to Victor.
Ah, there it is. Mezzin.
Barcelona Control, Higgy, Manda to Delta X-ray, flight level 1.
There's a 9 Sierra arrival.
With Massachusetts X-ray, Lima Aerospace, I don't cover the eastern sector of the IR, monitor Honeycomb, Massachusetts, Himalaya, bye.
Unicom, I want you to do this in my channel.
Ryanair 6, Hotel Clear, Rooks at 2 Papa arrival.
Clear for the Rooks 2 Papa arrival, Ryanair 6 Hotel.
That's going to take us down to the Arbonne, so we need the Arbonne VOR. It's so great that this chart has it. This is a really good chart, everyone, for front. As you see, we've got the Arbonne VOR DME there, we're going to for the Arno approach maximum 220, which is quite slow, so we'll have to see how we go 10,000 feet or below.
Crossover choose Victor Radar contact level 350, clear Saura 4 Delta arrival, expect full approach from way 12.
Clear for Saura 4 Delta arrival for runway 12, Cantavia to Victor. Last one, radar on 55, Tango Alpha with you, passing 7, flight level 74.
5 Tango Alpha control, radar contact, continue climb level 190.
Continue climb 190, 55 Tango.
Right, finally, back onto the charts. What's up from right? You'll probably pass us off the Unicom. I don't think there's any ATC available in France at the moment. Right, current location. This will not show. It says next rad on it, but it's not actually showing the current live weather, which is unfortunate. Because it is there, guys, and it is all around us. So yeah, we're just over the went over the Valencia before, a lovely place there, and now we're going to be passing over Castellon, Costa Azahar. Continue up north to Andorra, as I say. The part where it starts to get tricky is about this region, actually, where the winds will change. 63 knots, that's insane.
274, wind 240 degrees, 20 knots, from 24 clear to land. 24 clear to land, emergency support.
Anyway, we're going to get the approach now to runway 27, whatever it was. There's the Arbonne, so we know we're going to go to the Arbonne. We can use that as a reference now on a heading of 012.
Tango Alpha Flight Direct Darling, monitor Unicom 122.8.
Direct Darling on the Nova Unicom 122.8, Alpha 5 Tango.
We're getting the Arbonne DME code, though I'm not really sure what it is. There's no code on here. Gonna come down 8,000 feet. There's Almería Airport. Right round, and a bit of a strange approach. So Arnhem approach straight down parallel, and then 4,000 feet, and then on to final. Looks like it'll be probably a manual approach, possibly. Keep that chart open. We're going to have a look at the airport chart and see what's going on. Cool, typical international airport, I guess. Well, big airport, I don't know about international. Coordinates, GPS systems. My 17.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Barcelona Control, very good evening, hello. Buenas tardes, Easy Echo Charlie 7. Stand 108, with departure approved, so we are fully ready for push to start.
Easy Echo Charlie 7, Barcelona Control, hello. Just to confirm, because I'm not sure here as approach left. Are you clear for the Italian 1 Charlie, or are you clear for the continuous departure?
No, we are approved for the Lyon Charlie by former controller.
There's no LS on our runway.
Thank you, I don't know why it appeared here as a different thing. Question start is approved, QNH 1009 and Bravo 6.
Okay, on Bravo 6, pushback start approved, and QNH 1008, Charlie 7.
Easy, Charlie 7, 1009er.
Apologize, 1009, Easy Echo Charlie 7.
Just make sure the packs aren't overheating. A bit, as you can see, there's a major temperature fluctuation, of course, because it's not, for some reason it's gone up there rather than staying at cool. For some reason it's the wrong way, so we need it down there. As you can see, though, almost at 30 degrees, which is unbearable at the back of the plane. We'll let that cool down and just monitor that in the meantime. Valves are all good on the cow flaps. Cow valve.
One-liner Deriva was then 2568 Barcelona, request clearance back to Zurich with information belt and bottom.
2 is 1 Control, Control, hello, stand by your number 1 for clearance break. Emirates 274, welcome to Vita. Exit to stand 27 by Golf 1.
27 by Golf 1, Emirates Airport.
Suites 193 Bravo, you are cleared to Zurich as filed by the Lyon 1 Charlie departure, squawk 6206.
Okay, Zurich with the Darling 1 Charlie departure, squawk 6206, with 1930.
Suites 193 Bravo, is that correct?
Can't see, but there's an aircraft just off, and it's saying it's the same altitude as just over here. Could potentially be an issue. 00 means the same altitude, so there's no altitude difference. There will be a lateral difference.
Bye-bye.
Oh, amazing. Guys, oh, gotta break it here. I really want to do a video of a real flight simulator experience for you, and also for myself as well. I want to get back into the cockpit of a real 737 simulator. I want to do the whole thing, and I want to bring that to you. So yeah, who knows when that'll when that'll happen, but it'll be certainly a pleasurable experience, and you'll see just how bad my flying really is, or how good it is, I should say. There's Barcelona out Pratt. I was a bit mixed up earlier. It was Valencia we were going over, not Barcelona. Anyway, Barcelona control, and then we're up to France. For some reason this map, even though we've got a strong tailwind of about 60 knots, it seemed we were further down south than I thought we were. I thought we'd be more up north.
Good evening, Terror 680 AB, flight level 340 inbounders.
Guitar 680, hey Barcelona control, hello, radar contact. Remember you to fly in an odd flight level, would you prefer 330 or 350?
350 for Guitar 680.
Just going to turn the radio down a little bit. Yeah, it does seem
Climb level 350.
not too bad actually at the moment behind us. There's still some rough weather over that region, but not. I mean, I guess it's on the map I'm looking at it looks pretty bad, but we'll have to wait and see. Like on the map now, we're going to pass through the rough weather to the south, and then there'll be slight rough weather just over Geneva Airport in Switzerland. So yeah, you're right, we're right in between it.
Taxi left Fox November, Delta 5, cross runway 24 right, Delta cross 02, Kilo holding point 24 left. Echo 27, taxi to holding point, runway 24 left, Maria Fox November, Delta 5, cross runway 24 right, Delta cross 02, Kilo. By Fox November,
This is all the Barcelona traffic. We've got some departing, some arriving. We're only 40 minutes, or 30, 40 minutes out from our destination. As a VOR1, but I think that's... It does seem to be closing in, but I don't really know what we've got it tuned to at the moment. Couldn't find the frequency on the chart down here. I better to get it on the map at some point, so when we get a bit closer to the destination. Okay, we're approaching our top of descending mezzanine. In about 100 miles. Right guys, I'm going to stop talking, I'm going to let you enjoy the piece. I keep thinking we were there, this is what lack of sleep does. Anyway, I'm not going to talk anymore until we get a bit closer. Just excuse me for a minute, actually, I'm going to get out with the... Probably just get a drink.
November 90220 Bravo, morning Honeycomb 122.8.
Switching to 122.892 Sierra Bravo, thanks to the ATC. Cool, so I switched over to the ATC now, guys. only runway we're landing on is 17 right. Okay, I can accept that, but it's the only one without an ILS frequency. So I guess do we change it to 17 left and just do a sneaky change there to get the ILS frequency? Well, I don't think we should cheat really. Anyway, QNH 1009er. I'm just getting the speed. We haven't really got any reference speeds available. It says 30 degrees of flaps. We had takeoff speeds which were pretty accurate actually. I'd say they were spot on. Landing is a little bit of a different manner. Do I use joystick and throttle or keyboard? Oh god no, I don't use a keyboard finders. Don't get me wrong, I used to when I was younger. I used to use the keyboard and mouse to fly a plane and did pretty well actually considering how limited it is, but no, I've got the full gear now. I've actually got it in my description. I've only just bought some recently bought some new rudder pedals. This is the first time I've ever had like a full setup for the flight simulator, so I've never had a Yoke or throttles. I've never had a rudder set before. This is like the first time I've ever had it, and it's great. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, the full setup. As I say, in the description it says, let me just read it for you. So hardware, Honeycomb Yoke, Honeycomb Throttle Quadrant, and the new edition, the Thrustmaster's TFRP flight rudder pedals, which are a pleasure to use by the way. I think my days of keyboard in a flight sim are well gone. I'm glad you saw it, Finders. Sometimes, you know, people... Like, that's a legitimate question, but people sometimes, I don't know, I don't think there's any prejudice towards it. I was going to say sometimes they think that some gear is better than others, but I honestly think, yes, I've gone for one that's a bit pricey, but let's face it, the Honeycomb, Yoke and Throttle really are the best ones available. The Thrustmaster flight rudder pedals, I would say, are pretty much the best ones available for flight rudder pedals, you know. No, it's fine, it's fine, it's, I was going to say, because some people might ask me why I'm not using a Boeing yoke. By the way, we just lost like 500 feet there, because of the turbulence. So this is that wind change, guys. But yeah, some people might think that using a certain brand is worse. I don't agree with it. I was tempted though by the Boeing yoke set. It did look impressive. You know, very impressive. And it had the throttle quadrant, and then I looked at the price and I thought, you know what, Honeycomb looks just as good, and it actually looks better for GA aircraft and small jets as well. Yeah, we're all over the place. Look at that. We're climbing, we're descending, blimey. Oh, this is it, guys. We're right in the midst of this now. We're flying right through that gap in Andorra. This is where the winds change. They're going to come up from the south and go west, and the ones on the left are going from the south to northwest as well. We're right in the middle now of the hurricane, and right in the eye of the storm. That's why the altitude keeps changing. It could also be an ice build-up, so we've got to be super careful of that. Air conditioners trips out, so we're all suffocating. Let's reset that, and let's get our packs on to high at the moment as well. We could probably begin our descent. Yeah, 500 drop there, plus or minus, either way. Absolutely insane. Well, this is going to be interesting, guys, so let's prepare. Let's get down to 10,000 feet nice and early. We may be able to skip some of the icy conditions that way. I'm going to go ahead and change it in the FMC as well. Oh, it's already coming up to 10,000 feet. Right, we might as well do a... not there. God, come on, Grantham, what am I doing? That's where we want it. Somebody sent, brilliant. So everybody, we're literally inbound now for Lyon Airport. Really, I know you're here, Finders, and I appreciate that, but some of the messages aren't like coming through on YouTube. I don't know if that's my issue, if that's a YouTube issue, or what it is, but I only just saw your message, for example, about the tickets. It's not too late, by the way. You in my flight, you could get on last minute, and I'd let you on it. Yeah, so not too late. And I also just saw your one about the Met Office. Waiting to get that transition altitude at the airport. We're not quite in range yet. I think this is it down here somewhere. That's the airspace for it. Of course, Marseille is in that direction too. Montpellier, all the well-known places. Decision altitude 200 feet. Actually, the airport is 800 feet, so I'll have to be about 1200 feet for the decision height. That's fine. Maybe 1100 feet. So we can only go up to a maximum of 999 on that one, in which case we're going to have to use the barometric minimums instead. And then change it that way to 1150. A little bit higher than we'd like it. Still can't get access to the nav frequencies. I did look on the chart, but there's nothing popping up in there unless I'm completely missing it. There is absolutely no frequencies available there. mean, we are super inbound at the moment. So there it is, it's going to take us parallel to the runway. And I think after that turn, we're all hand-flown from that point on. So it's now straight into a hand-flown approach. Course is 013 and then we'll change it to 173 for final. 173 is the direction to the DME. DME at R1. $144 plus 5, 149 at 30, 159 at 30 degrees, so 30 degrees of flaps. 159. If you always watch me on a regular basis, guys, you already know, or you may know, you add 5 knots, and it even says down there 5 plus 5 knots wind correction speed. And in our case, we might actually need to correct for a lot more wind than that. If it remains strong on the ground, if we get gusts up to 30 again, we may be in big trouble. We'll stick with 159 now as a bit of a reference, and then if we need to, we can change it. Alternate destination, we haven't got one available, but nearest one would be probably somewhere in France, I'm guessing. Landing performance calculated, landing flaps will be 30 degrees. Auto brake's going to be on number 1 today. It's probably going to be wet, so we don't want to skid all over the place. Pressurization is set, landing altitude set, anti-ice is remaining on because it's still freezing. Landing gear is up and off. Let's go ahead and stick that into the up position.
Gear up.
Up and off, my mistake. Stays in that position. What am I talking about? Approach briefing is complete. We'll discuss it now. If we do encounter rough weather on final, depending on how severe it is, we will in fact have to probably go around. We can already see we're coming into that proper storm weather now as we pass through it. IAS, which is airspeed and altitude book set 10,000 feet. Airspeed, we're going to leave it at the pre-assigned VNAV for now. Cabin lighting, we're going to set that to landing. Don't see many people on Simulate on the Sims or on the streams doing this, but it just makes a nice difference, doesn't it? Just putting takeoff landing lights on. Maximum 220 knots. Cabin lighting set, PAX announcements. Again, not sure if it's actually working or not. Let's crack the cockpit door a second and see if it works. Can't hear anything coming through. Landing announcement possibly. Degrees of bank coming on now, we're below 30,000. Yeah, here it is, the turbulence, the rain I was talking about earlier. It's right where I predicted it would be. Fantastic. That may make things a little bit easier. standard procedures, number 2 out of 2. In the stocks, which is 1 and 2 engine anti-ice, so wing anti-ice is on. I just put them on continuous because we're in a little bit of stormy weather here, so we're going to make sure the engines can cope. The packs are also on high because we had a trip out earlier. It may be safe to check them back to normal now. Hopefully that should stabilise the system. Let's do turnout lights. Got the wing lights already on. We're going to stick the logo light on as well. We're going to make ourselves illuminate like a Christmas tree. That's on seatbelt signs, barometric values, so transition altitude is really important. We need it on this one. I'm just struggling to find the airport. I cannot see it. There it is, guys, the lightning. What are we at? We're still at 43 knots tailwind. I'm thinking I really want to take it to 17 left just for that ILS approach to make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Let's just set the QNH now to 1009 to put ourselves at rest. Real car checklists, so we've done that as well. Go around altitude, seems to be probably about 3,000 feet. Ah, there it is, 114.75. There we go, VOR activated. That should now guide us towards the airport. Looks like we got British Airways coming in as well. In an A320. That's going to be interesting. He's actually expected to arrive probably a couple of minutes before us. He may be in the landing queue just ahead of us. I'm looking at his flight plan and he's got no runway available on it for some reason. There's a storm coming, guys. We're right in the middle of it. How's the cabin temperature doing? Is it dropped yet? It should have dropped at least below 20. Yeah, it's about 20 degrees. 21 degrees in the cabin, that's nice and mild for people. We don't want it too cold on this approach. Still got the tailwind, although I don't really think it's doing much to speed us up. We seem to have been flying for about an hour and 20. We're not there yet. Pronunciation apparently is Lyon. Lyon, France. Actually sounds better saying Lyon. Or Lyon. Lyon? Lyon or Lyon. Either way, sounds like a lion. Northwest of the French Alps, 391 kilometers southeast of Paris, 378 kilometers north of Marseille, and 113 kilometers southwest to Geneva, so all the routes that we could potentially fly in the future. I'd like to try some of those from Lyon. Are we ever in range though to get any ATC available? No, still no ATC sadly. There's the Lyon approach. We've tuned this in 14475 down here. Let's just check there's no ILS actually appearing from 17 right. We do need 17 right as well, it's the longer runway. So isn't it? Yeah, there's indeed nothing there. I wonder if the glide slope will work. No, nothing will work, unfortunately. So, in terms of markers, we did need this one as well. Or the other VOR for the approach. That's bloody Vienna. Oh, it's so far away from the... Vienna? Is that Vienna? That's so far from the airport. Ah, Lyon, long eye. Thank you for telling me that. That's helpful. I think I watched a video a while ago with France. Somebody said that it was because they used like there's a bit of a history there about the lions or something as a symbol of the city. I may be wrong though. Yeah, if the cockpit is too dark, I can turn it up for you if you mean in the cockpit. I did just crank the lights up a little bit. I think we'll keep them on for the landing. But in general, yeah, there's nothing to see outside, unfortunately. I can't we set a speed here? I was hoping to set a manual speed here, not the VNAV. Let's go ahead and set a little bit of a faster one to 250 knots. We'll slow down on the approach to 220 as is the meant to be on it nearly at least. I don't know if we should give the call out, but I think I've got to do it anyway, so get that out of the way, otherwise we'll be waiting all night for it. On traffic, November 922 Sierra Bravo, flight level 120. Expecting the Mezzin 7 Sierra arrival, runway 17 right. Oh, I can hear it now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's thunderstorms. I can hear the thunder in the game. That's a new thing, by the way. I've never heard that before. Probably because I've never flown through one. I've got to turn out less on. We don't need that on. We don't even need the window wipers on until we get a bit lower either. Right, contact ACC is complete. Taxi announcement. Hopefully that's automatic. I'm going to keep it at 250 for now until we get to Mezzin, and we'll let the VNAV speed take over. And then we'll be descending down probably 10,000 feet. And then 3,000 feet for the approach. Again, I don't get it with the tailwinds. It should be, the logic should be a quicker flight and should be flying faster. But in our case, I don't know what it is, maybe it's just the game, but when we get a strong tailwind, it doesn't really speed it up. Invalid entry on speed, what's going on with that? 30 over 159, that's pretty valid, isn't it? Let's just get rid of that and try it one more. So 159 is our reference speed. Valid entry. Yeah, something's have we got a failure of some kind, perhaps? No failed systems. Let's just leave it there. It may change and not say invalid when we get a bit closer. SB book is set. Chimes only, I don't really know what that chimes only is. I can't find a chimes only switch. that would be where it is, I guess, for cabin secure, etc. Cabin attendant button. Let them know we're approaching to land. The flaps will set soon. A320 that's supposed to be inbound for the airport is now appearing to be further away than we are. We did give a radio call. We're both about 10 minutes out, but he hasn't, or she hasn't given a call out at all. I haven't heard anything from them when they're approaching Lyon Airport, Lyon Airport. Make sure our volume's fully up so we can hear it. Flaps to 1. By the time I get there, he's probably going to be getting to that point as well. That's where he is, I think. So, yeah, an ideal call out would be nice. Potentially that's him, potentially not. What that aircraft is that's appearing on the map, it's not showing up here at all. Cool, we're through the roughness, guys. It's looking a lot better here. Indeed, fine as you are right, clear as a whistle. Landing light, turn out lights on. Wing and logo lights. Getting blown right to the left, aren't we? 51 knots coming in from the back right there. Yeah, that's insane. Means we're going to be landing in a in a 50 knot wind, possibly a 50 knot headwind. That's going to be difficult. anti-ice off and let the packs and the engines there just get a little bit of a rest. 800 feet landing altitude, minimums are set 1150. Water brake 1, flaps set to 1. Passenger signs on. Close that should open it when I press the checklist button. Yep, so straight to the checklist for the approach. There's BAW, the Speedbird A320 there coming in. Will be interesting to see which one he chooses. He's going to have to go for 17 right. It's a longer runway, and we are going to have like a strong headwind and crosswind at the same time. It's going to be so difficult as well. I'm not the expert on rudder pedals, but I've only had them a day, guys, like a day or two. So give me a chance to semi-prove myself in the aviation simulator. I do feel like that plane might not have a transponder working, or it might not be switched on. I'm not picking anything up on the radar at all. By the way, we turned into 013, that was our course, wasn't it? It's preset here for the arrival. So yeah, it's all worked out nicely, and then we turn into our final course of 173. It's good, guys. Use the charts to plan ahead and you'll have a good time. There's Lyon Airport. Our line awaits us. Say your prayers now. Secure any luggage. Don't drink unless you absolutely need to. I think we'll extend the downwind. We've done this before, guys. Usually if it comes with one of those like round turns, it's not a suitable approach and it'll end up resulting in just coming into final too late. So what we're going to do is going to select the heading mode. When we get closer, and we'll set the downwind leg. We'll set the downwind leg manually. Keep an eye out for the A320. I'm hoping he'll get down before we get there. Otherwise we'll have to respond to a TCAS alert, most likely. Again, I can't see him on the radar. I think, you know, his transponder's not on. That would be the reason he's not appearing. He's appearing on the map because this is integrated in the aviation ATC thing, isn't it?
1,000 to go.
1,000 feet to 10,000. We just send down to 4,000 feet on the next descent. 3,000 feet actually, my mistake. 3,000 feet. Down we go. change to heading mode. We're going to extend that downwind leg and then we'll join back onto final. Actually, let's go to cancel that. Go straight to RBOB, and then hopefully when we go to RBOB it'll straighten out a little bit. Maximum bank on 25 degrees. That shouldn't be on continuous, but it is for some reason. We'll keep it on continuous. A320, where are you? Where is he? I think he got lost in the clouds or something. He's not appearing anywhere, and he's imminent. He's not made any radio calls. He's not done anything. No radio calls. No nothing about this guy's arrival. I can't even see him. I can't even see him on my my terrain TCAS system. We need to get slowed down a little bit more though, so we're going to do 5 degrees of flaps. I'm going to bring our speed down to about 180 now. Remember guys, we've got the 54 knots tailwind and then it's going to transform into a headwind, at which point it would be foobar, I think. Try and get a nice little picture here, shall we? Maybe like that. That's a nice little one, isn't it?
Beyond traffic, getting next to that tree 62 Yankee into the localizer for runway 17 left. Starting off.
Right, Evie's gone for 17 left, but give some credit, they finally gave us a radio call. We're going to extend our downwind leg, and then we're going to make straight to, I think, our pub. We'll see how that goes. There's a few aircraft coming here tonight, guys. It wasn't just me and this guy. There was a few more. He's so far away though, so it's a good thing we're extending this downwind, and then we can join him in a sort of train, can't we? Set our course now 173. I'm really keen to get my eye out for him. If we miss him, it might mess things up. I suspect he's struggling with the wind, to be fair. I mean, 40 knots, 40 or 50 knots, so he's going to be going pretty slow. Let's hope he's corrected for it. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's moving at the snail's pace right there. Going to join him as number 2 there for the approach runway 17 right. We're not going to take 17 left because we haven't got it in our flight plan. Tons of sensors have just come online in Germany. Maybe there's a massive event and Paris sensor just came online as well. No idea. Maybe there's an ATC thing going on tonight. Entire Germany, entirety of Germany and the entirety of Europe where the storm is now occupied by vacciners and ATC people. Lyon traffic, November 2922 Sierra Bravo, extending downwind leg for the RNAV approach runway 17 right.
And Lyon traffic, Speedbird tree 62, GT68 goes entry. Tree 62 2 Yankee, fully established on the ILS, descending 5 glide path 4, runway 17 left, 7 mile final, Lyon traffic.
Awesome, so there he is, guys. We're extending the downwind courtesy of, we have to get down to 3,000 anyway, which is another 2,000 feet. He's there, and we're going to join him. We are landing in a different runway, but we still need to take into account distance. And I'm hoping this will sort itself out. He's finally appearing on radar now. Let's just do final, and then we'll do that. It might be easier. Maintain speed and hopefully VNAV speed. So VNAV speed is about 173. Let's watch him land. I've lost visual of the guy. Where has he gone? Where is he? 3 mile final or something. He's vanished.
1,000 to go.
1,000 feet to go. We're going to struggle when we go round, so we need to take account of the headwind, of course. Autopilot keeps resetting itself.
1,000 to go.
1,000 feet. I'm going to turn onto base any second. I'm going to use the combination of LNAV and hedge and select.
2,500.
Lyon traffic, speedbird 362 Yankee, short final, runway 17 left, Lyon.
Awesome, so let's go, let's turn, and let's activate the lateral navigation as well. We're going to join him now, final for runway 17, but 17 right. So we've got a little bit of a different runway. Hopefully we don't have a... It should be clear, the runway and should be clear of 17 right by the time I get down. Appreciate everyone who's watching, who's, you know, stay tuned, because it's not meant to be this long of a flight. But obviously the weather and the wind and things has affected conditions, but as I say, it's something that happens sometimes. Vertical nav speed still 173. We'll maintain that for now and see how the speed goes. Yep, majorly struggling on this. Oh my goodness, true airspeed is dropping rapidly. $15 degrees of flaps, the aircraft is confused because of the wind speeds. Keep the throttle high on this one just till we get established, and I think I might have to take control because we did a terrible job then of getting established.
And Lyon traffic, speedbird 362 Yankee, vacated runway 17 left 5, Victor 8.
Doesn't sound good. Let's just put our gear down so the alarm system doesn't get upset, let's say. 163, we'll maintain that. Let's stick the approach switch on anyway, even though there's not really an ILS for it. It has still come up with the single channel approach. So maybe there is an ILS somewhere that we can use. Unless it's going to base it on the DME. Let's just take control, this is a lot easier I think, fly it manually. Leave the autopilot, your throttle on.
Lyon traffic, Seabird 360 Yankee, crossing runway 17 right. Lyon traffic.
Yeah, 3003, we're a little bit high. Lyon traffic, November 922 Sierra Bravo. 4.6 nautical miles final, runway 17 right. Speed is dropping through airspeed is about 160. We're actually maintaining pretty well for a 28 head, not 28 knot headwind there. Let's get 30 degrees of flaps as programmed. We had to take control, I think, otherwise the autopilot would continue to struggle on that approach. We have got an ILS glide slope coming up, or a glide slope for the airport runway. There's none available on the chart.
1,000.
Reference speed is not even working, it's saying it's an invalid entry. I can't remember what my true airspeed should be at the moment. 159, so we are a little bit on the slow side. We're considerably slower than we need to be. My mistake, let's speed up. It'd probably be a go round at this point, guys, let's be honest. Let's be honest. I'm going to keep 163 as our reference. I'm going to stick the head into the runway. You know me though, I like to do a runway landing even when we're a bit too off course. 737-900, extremely long version and difficult version to fly. No doubt people have been thumbs down for this, no doubt about it. Oh well.
500. Approaching minimums.
We're just balling this approach up massively.
400 minimum.
Maybe we should have let the LNAV
300.
take control.
200.
Oh, we're well too slow as well.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, hard touchdown. Reversers active. Oh, reversers. Spoilers. Probably going to need maintenance.
80 knots.
I suspect we burst a few hydraulic pipelines. Reversers disengaged. Whoa! Yeah, guys, we're well all over the place. Speed brakes retracted. That was challenging, and that was super challenging. I'm not gonna lie. We had control on the runway there, but as you can see, as we slowed down, the wheels were a bit all over. Cool. Auto brakes didn't work too much. Flight directors can come off. Let's just idle those and get stopped for a second. Didn't do the rest of the checklist either. Right, we took an exit off the runway. I don't even know if that's a valid one. We've got a few more aircraft here. We took Alpha 4. Lyon traffic November 922 Sierra Bravo, clear runway 17 right, exiting via Alpha 4, taxiing to parking via Tango. Landing checklist. I already know some of the items, guys. Let's get the strobes off in advance. The terrain radar. Sometimes I forget the weather radar. That's fine. Left and right landing lights. Turn outs. Stick the taxi lights on. Transponder to standby. Can't contact ADC, they're not available. Flight directors off, airspeed bug off. Altitude bug. Stabilizer. I think this is about resetting them back to normal. Right, let's leave that on there. I think the tank to gate one can be pro-heat, so let's just do the list in case we've broke the plane. APU engine start switches. I'm not gonna deny that was a bit of a rough landing, a hard landing. But considering the strength of the wind, I think that was actually acceptable. Thank God we're not flying Ryanair today. Thank you, Findus, I appreciate that. I'm just a little bit disappointed in it. It wasn't the best, you know, and it, given the wind. I know the wind is strong, that's probably the big factor, and we're in a major storm. But yeah, it should be better. I should know better than that. I should really be going around and doing it properly. Anyway, it's a big plane. It's handling a lot differently than I'm used to. So there's GA parking. I'm going to go down to the left here and get down to commercial terminal parking at the end. As I say though, the Thrustmaster pedals are making it a lot more difficult now to come down. It's not too bad when you're on the runway, but when you slow down, if you're putting any rudder control in, it will affect it massively once the nose wheel steering comes back to life. Engine start lever 2 done. I'm not really sure what that would be. Skip that. Left and right turn off lights are off. Taxi lights is set. And then the transit shutdown procedure next. Right, let's pick a space, guys. We'll just use our eyeballs for this instead of the map. There's a little bit of a space there at the end. Oh no, it's occupied. Potentially there next to the Airbus. Yeah, let's go there. The 737 will fit there fine. Go for the straight in taxi. E77. Parking brake set. And the start levers are cut off. Anti-collision lights off. Initial transponder code, so back to 7000. It's going to give us the proper checklist now to shut down the proper one. Ah, the jetway is attaching automatically. I love it when that happens. 3000 feet. I'll leave it at 2000, that's where it was. We're kind of cleaning up for the next crew, although we are the last crew this evening and nobody else is flying out tonight. It's such severe weather. Flight deck door is, for the sake of keeping the passengers semi-happy after that rough landing, we'll open it for them. AC power is actually available, it's coming available automatic, so let's connect on there. APU, we can probably just shut the APU down, I think, at this point, so isolation valves, packs off. APU coming offline. Chimes off, fasten seatbelt signs. Ah, I see. So the chime must be for the smoking sign. Finally figured it out. God, I can't wait to see this landing rate, and I bet it's going to give me a 1-star, guys. It won't be a 5-star like the last one. By the way, go and watch that Pibieda 737-800 landing. It was a 5-star rating, and we have the evidence to prove it as well. Cabin lighting, so white bright. It is night time, but we want everybody to be nice and awake. Forward entry doors, everything should be opening pretty much automatically. Yep, automatic there. Let's go on to, I'll do that in a sec. Forward and aft packs. Flight leg is, I think, terminated once they're unloaded. Okay, proper cockpit shutdown checklist now, guys. So IRS by IRS. Right, central fuel pumps. Forward and aft. Window heats. Trim air for the cabin coming off. Wings, logo and position lights, logo lights, emergency exit lights, cockpit panel lighting back to 0. Guess we're going to spend the night in Lyon. I'm actually shattered though, guys. I'm tired. I'm, as the British say, knick-knacked. AC ground power is set. We'll leave the APU engine on the systems on the ground power for now. Battery is coming off though. You know what? Let's just do it all. Boom, boom. Okay, we're going to be able to use this. Yes, we are. Packs unboarding. Cargo unloading. So they'll take the time, guys. And it seems like all the ground crew as well. There, as you can see, that extra length does make the world of difference in the performance. Like the weight and the balance change, especially on final there with them strong winds. Obviously, it's blowing this tail here all over the place and making it a big challenge for us. Okay, moment of truth. I'm not going to leave you guys waiting any longer. Okay, so approach rating 2. Okay, not the 4-star we got the other day, but definitely worth it. High rated descent, probably because we're all over the place off the glide slope, even though I thought there wasn't one. Overload landing, yeah, so hard touchdown, landing flaps. We were too slow on approach, basically. I don't know why I ballsed it up. Landing rating must be so bad that they can't show us it. That's embarrassing, isn't it? Right, guys, I am going to go now. Thanks for watching and stick around for the replay. Have a fantastic weekend. See you next week. Bye.